Imagine a genie in a bottle and said to you, hey.
On the spot.
On the spot. What do you want for Christmas?
Okay. Okay, you're not recording still right now. What do I want for Christmas? That's a tough question. An acoustic guitar.
And?
My family. And friends. Lots of wine. Beer included. Movies. Sleeping in. Some party time.
Sounds a lot like retirement.
Yes! My name is Nicole Saumier, and I started teaching in 1986, 4 years in Chilliwack.
And Nikki also started her teaching a year later and came to the same school, small school in Chilliwack that I did. Piano playing, jazz, girl with very young, very petite, and very quiet when I first met her, and then we started carpooling, getting to know each other, and then she just became somebody that I didn't expect to know. We were in a small school, only 200 students, and any female teacher, which there was only 3 of us, had to coach all the girls. So, and because we were carpooling together, if I was coaching a basketball team, she also had to coach a basketball team, so we could travel together.
So I knew nothing about coaching. I knew nothing about sports other than you watch hockey on TV. So my influence was Pat Zawadek. And it was great that we started together, and it was awesome that we ended our coaching careers together too here at Stafford.
Nikki is probably not a fine-tuned athlete.
More of a musician, kind of creative player. I would spend hours and hours practicing at my early career in my music.
But she has knowledge of the game, and so to see her playing, jazz music in front of a crowd and having fun, to getting out her whistle and barking orders and running drills, and it's just not what you expect.
We ran PE together, and in doing any of the different events, especially basketball, you always could tell Nikki had experience coaching. She'd always jump in, and she was great with teaching fundamentals, and she loved to ref the games. Often she would leave me to ref the games, and then sometimes when she was, because she was working with kids working on some skills, and then she'd always you'd see her instantly go into ref mode and grab her whistle, and she was making all these calls, and I'm like, what the heck?
The thing that always stood out to me was her and I might be just talking casually about the day, and then she'd get ready to start the class, and then all of a sudden it was out of nowhere, she had this big booming coach's voice that you would just never expect. Casual conversation, then all of a sudden she's got all the kids' attention with this voice. No need for a whistle or a microphone or anything, just the whole class stopped and they'd listen.
I only coached with Nikki the very first year I was here, which was the last year her and Pat ran the grade 6 girls basketball. My first thing was, I am not very athletically inclined, but I loved that they included me in the team, which was so nice of them. I was their assistant. Something that stuck out to me in my memory was that they were so inclusive. We had one student that really wanted to be on the team, but because of a health issue, she couldn't play. So they found her role. She became our team manager, she did the statistics, and she loved it. She felt as important as everyone else on the team, which I thought was awesome.
So it's a little different for me because Miss Saumier is also my aunt, and I had never really done sports before middle school. And when I came here, Nikki was like, okay, Chloe, it's time for you to try sports. We're gonna get you out there. So I joined the basketball team, and it was super fun for me because I was nervous about sports before, but Nikki made me feel welcome. And it was just a really friendly environment for me to try out those skills. I remember my grandpa at the time would come and help out with coaching too, which was really fun because I have memories of like him trying to get me into sports growing up and it not really being my thing because music was more my thing. So I remember her and my grandpa being like super happy that I was there, and it was just really great to see their, like them having so much fun together too.
And you were always someone I knew I could lean on for support, whether it be academic or athletic. Arriving as a grade 7 teacher, I always knew I could come up to you and I could ask for lessons. I could ask just for ideas around classroom management of teams, and just the way that you carried yourself helped me feel like I could be a leader in the school.
I think she defines success as doing your best, seeing progress, like not necessarily progress in winning a game, but in looking at the way you approach things when you started and looking at how you approach things when the season's done or the assignment's done. That's how she defines success. Like where are you now and how did you progress, and what successes did you find in those experiences?
She is amazing because she recognizes that every student is different, and she is able to kind of tap in to enable each kid to reach their own level of success.
And in that way, she knew how to coach each child so that they could live to their potential, so they could be their best selves. And it could be completely different for one student to the next. She just was really able to quickly understand students' needs and just how to connect with them, how to reach them.
She looks at her classroom, and that's how she looked at coaching. Everybody mattered, and you know, when she had a team of 40 kids all together, she couldn't coach 40, so she had to have another coach come in, which one year was me, and help her do that because she wasn't willing to do any cuts. Like every student, every player that wanted to play should play.
Success being in the fact that you're going to give something a try. It's just like that Star Wars quote that Yoda says, do or do not, there is no try. And just having our players on our teams want to do, and they did.
I think just in general, Nikki defines success as putting the time in and working hard, not really about the results, which I think is really admirable. Nikki's always going to be the first one there, the first one to offer to do something, so just reflecting those values if you're coaching.
Because I loved the energy. I loved the risk-taking, I loved the thrill. I liked how the students were able to respond, but it was basketball. That was where my love was. I loved the speed of the game. I really enjoyed the happy smiles on the girls' faces when they had been successful, and even when they weren't successful, because we ourselves knew what we were able to accomplish, and that was awesome.
I think she makes school a safe and successful place for all kids. They come into her room, she gets these kids that maybe don't have a positive experience with school. I've seen parents come into her room that don't have a positive experience with school. And I think she worked as a counselor, and it comes through. She just calms everyone down. She talks kindly and in a way that just makes you feel safe.
What I appreciated about her attention to detail and her teaching of kids, whether it be in athletics, we would know that kids coming from her class in grade 6 would have the skills because she spent time on the little things, on the fundamentals, on everything from reading, writing to the basics of track and field. So we knew that when we got kids in grade 8 or even up in high school here, we could tell that those were Saumier's kids because they knew what they were doing.
I remember when we do the practices, there was sort of an order of the way things were done. Kids knew what to expect. When it came to playing, I remember she would encourage everyone, and the positions would move around. She wanted everyone to have a chance in the different positions. To have a good experience, to find where they can be successful, and to have a chance at the different things. So it's not just like you're gonna play this and you don't get to try forward or whatever the basketball positions are.
Just opportunity to meeting maybe the friends that are in the moment at that time, or the friends that they're going to have for the rest of their lives. And certainly that's what happened to Pat and I.
And she loved coaching students in any way that their passion shone through. I know she still goes to like plays and dances and things of students that we've taught, even now that she's retired, because she just loves to cheer people on and see them excelling and enjoying the things they're passionate about, whether that's sports or arts or anything.
I love her. Thank you. I would not be the teacher I am today if it wasn't for her. Watching her teach was the best teaching education for me I could have ever asked for.
I am so happy that Nikki is being recognized tonight because she deserves it so much. And I've been so privileged to get to work with her, and I'm just so happy that she's being celebrated.
You were there watching and making sure that everyone had what they needed. And you were the person we could always count on. And I feel like you've been that person, at least the one that I've known your entire career. I appreciate you. I thank you for your service to myself, to our school as HD staffer, and of course to our district.
I'm just really proud of you, Nikki. It's nice to see you recognized for all the hard work that you put in, because I feel like sometimes you like to be humble, so it's nice to see you getting some recognition, and congratulations.
You were a great coach. You were a huge difference maker in my life, in I know Karen's life, in the lives of so many students that you taught, both here, Douglas Park, and all these different places. Yeah, and I just want to say it's awesome, and I'm glad to celebrate it with you.
And truly making a difference for your students, your players, your staff, your other coaches, other teams. Just really proud of you, and you're very deserving.
To the younger coaches, yes, or anybody who's sort of like on the sideline going, oh, I think I would really like to do that. My advice is just do, because they can't do it without you. And so if you give them the opportunity, they are also helping you out too, so that you can find something that you might love that you didn't know you did.